Is the C6 ZR1 the absolute best manual car of all time? Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Now, quickly, take off the hater shades because true car enthusiasts do not have brand loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest here. If you're a true car enthusiast, you appreciate a well put together machine that can perform. Now, I know some people are going to say, oh, the Shelby GT350 is the best manual Mustang ever made. The 1314 Shelby GT500 is the best manual Mustang ever made. Fellas, you have to appreciate what the C6 ZR1 is. This is a performance vehicle that you can absolutely destroy supercars in. Now, there's going to be some people saying, oh, a 10 or 80 Mustang can do that as well. We're talking about a manual car. In my personal opinion, my humble opinion, and this is coming from a Ford guy, I have owned nothing but Ford since I could drive. The C6 ZR1 is something else. This is, in my personal opinion, one of the best, if not the best, manual cars you can buy if we're talking about raw performance that you're going to go out and hit the streets with. Now, again, Porsche GT3 RSs, those are going to be on another echelon, another planet. You know what I'm saying? That's unbelievable. Yes, obviously, we all would love a Porsche GT3 RS, but those cars necessarily are not affordable for your average consumer. A C6 ZR1 Corvette, I would consider this as far as a performance vehicle that can check off all the boxes. This is something that everybody could afford with some hard work, dedication. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, man. We're about to take a look at some incredibly fast and proven C6 ZR1s on Street Science Texas. Hopefully, I can run into some of these Corvettes during Texas 2K because, man, I'm itching to race a C6 ZR1. The last time that I raced a C6 ZR1 was when I was in the white 2-valve, and I had no business going ahead and messing with them. Now that I'm in something that makes 800 horsepower, you know what I'm saying? This could be pretty interesting. I might get gapped, I might not, you know what I'm saying? But I need to line up against a C6 ZR1 bad. For real. They look nasty, man. If I got my hands on a C6 ZR1 Corvette, it would be a wrap. I already know the build I would do because I've been looking at C6 Corvettes, but I've also been thinking about just waiting and saving for a C7 Z06, because if I wait and save for a C7 Z06, theoretically I could afford a C6 ZR1 because, you know, they're both $70,000, $80,000 cars. You can find a nice C6 ZR1 stock for $70K. Because the C7 ZR, not ZR1, oh my gosh, 200K. The C7 Z06 that I'm looking for is gonna be like in the upper 70s. I need a bone stock one, low miles, 1 or 2 owners, 17, 18, or 19. It's hard to find that, guys. With the manual, good luck. It's hard to find those. Luckily, all the C6 ZR1s are manual. I mean, they look nasty, man. Heads cam 2650 E85 and some nitrous. Woohoo! These things look beautiful, man.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Imagine having both, man. The Shelby GT350 and a C6 ZR1. Man, I wouldn't know what to take out. I'd have to alternate, man. Like one weekend I'd take one car out, the next weekend I'd take something else out. I know these C6s are more raw, you know. 800 horsepower in this probably feels like 900 in a Shelby GT350. I couldn't imagine what 1,000 horsepower feels like in a C6 ZR1. It's probably a time warp. I probably shit my pants getting getting behind the wheel. Because even bone stock these get now. Like they run like 760 to 130s bone stock, 10s in the quarter-mile stock. That's pretty quick for stock. Manual car, that's really fast for stock, actually. I'm pretty sure stock for stock, a C6 ZR1 is faster than a C7Z.
Let's go!
Get a T56 Coyote. This one's quick too. This T56 Coyote is fast. So the fact that it can even run with the 2650 ZR1 goes to show you. See, when you put a T56 on a Coyote, it can get down. You know what I'm saying? Goes to show you, man, that Coyote's nasty. It goes to show you that Coyote is nasty. Goes to show you. I have to turn my car all the way up. I'd make 1100 horsepower, even have a chance against some of these like C6 ZR1s. Yeah, that Coyote is fast. That's impressive though. To beat a heads cam 2650 Corvette and a manual Coyote is impressive as hell. That truly is impressive. Truly is impressive.
One, two, three.
Damn, man, they just sound so good. Like, they just sound so good. They sound so good, man.
Ready? One, two, three.
These are like true driver's cars, man. True driver's cars. Man, dude, the gearing is just perfect, man, for rolls. Shit, for what I do, man, like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, a C6 ZR1 is literally right up my alley. It really is. Because with the Shelby GT50, you gotta go ahead and tweak some things, man. You know, I'm getting mine pretty much dialed in. That 29-inch tall tire I just put on the car, it really did, like, unlock another stage of performance, if that makes any sense. Like, it really did. Because now, like, my top speed is a lot quicker now. And it hooks, but the weather's trash. Can't do nothing really.
Ready? One, two.
These. I need to get me one of these bad, man. I need to get me one of these bad. I need one for science purposes. You know, I need to get one of these for science purposes because I can go ahead and like figure out, okay, how much horsepower do I need in an S550 to essentially keep up with or beat like a ZR1 Corvette? Like, do I need to have 100 plus more horsepower? Do I need to have 200 plus more horsepower? Or because the Coyote, the 5.2 liter Voodoo revs a lot higher, will it kind of even itself out? You know, that's something that, like, if I had both, it'd be really interesting because then I can set up both cars accordingly, you know? I feel like that's something a lot of people don't really realize. Like, obviously, you know, one can make more power, but because the 5.2 revs a lot higher, that really does go ahead and allow the power band to really work its magic. You know, that's what people don't understand. When you gear the Shelby GT350 right, put the right tire on it, it really unlocks a lot more performance. It really, really does, man. It really does. People don't understand. I feel like a lot of people don't set it up properly. I see a lot of people on 19s. Like, bro, if you need to put that power down, you gotta drop the tire size. Man, I'm on an 18, man. If I had a 15-inch tire on my car with brakes and radials, it'd be so much faster, too. So we got the ZR1 versus a Hayabusa. I personally would never run a bike just because, like, it's too sketchy for me. But the fact that a manual car can go ahead and mess with the Hayabusa is nuts when you think about it. Like, that's nuts, bro. A car versus a bike.
Ready? One, two,
Even have a chance to even run a bike. I mean, it's pulling on the bike, bro. A manual car, man. That right there, man. That goes to tell you, them C6 ZR1s, they're the real deal.